see him on TV. You see him, you know, showcased. And did you know that bowling is the most popular sport in the United States? Nobody ever gets that right. It's like 45 million bowlers in the U.S., the #1 sport in the U.S. And right here in Florida, 82,000 registered card-carrying members of the United States Bowling Congress. So I'm not really sure why that I needed that long segue to introduce our next guest, but the fact of the matter is he's a pro bowler. You don't get a chance to see these guys or meet these guys very often. Tony Adkins, who is the Florida Association manager for the sport of bowling underneath the national governing body, the United States Bowling Congress. Did I get that right, Tony?
Yes, sir, you did.
Or close enough, right?
Yes, sir, Mark. Appreciate you and Jack inviting me on today.
Well, this sport is something I've been, and I'm not a great bowler or any of that type of stuff. My brother's really good, but bowling in up north, obviously because of the winters and all this type, is real popular. I come from the state of Wisconsin, and the USBC headquarters used to be based in Greenfield, Wisconsin, right outside of Milwaukee. Great place, interesting facility, and so on and so forth. But it is so popular, and the competition is so fierce. We're fortunate to have had 5 of the 5 state championships right here in Polk County. We got one coming up. Tony, tell us about it.
Yes, sir. This last weekend we started with 8 continuous weekends of the 90th annual Florida State Open tournament. This tournament is open to anyone that is age 18 to ever how old you are. You, male or female, we welcome you to bowl in this tournament. So we're expecting probably somewhere in the neighborhood of about 600 teams comprised of 5 people per team. So we're talking a minimum of 3,000 bowlers.
Plus spectators, family, friends. So you're probably at least doubling that.
Absolutely.
You know, that's a lot of people. Wow. What are the dates of the tournament this year?
It started last weekend and runs through June the 23rd is the last official day at 2 p.m. squad.
Well, I'm one of your biggest fans. I'm really very proud to have it right
About that first week of June, they'll be glad they're inside too. That's good for them.
Well, yesterday was in a picnic either. It was almost 100 degrees.
Exactly.
So the lanes and the technology, the balls, everything keeps evolving. How does the association evolve with it?
Well, with USBC headquarters based out of Arlington, Texas now, we just had our convention 2 weeks ago, and they keep us apprised of everything that's going on. They are the people that actually certify all balls from all manufacturers. They certify the pins, and they are responsible for certifying every lane bed in every center in every state across the United States.
When you say lane bid, what does that mean?
That is the actual bowling surface.
Okay.
When you release the ball onto the lane bed, from there to the pins is what they certify everything from there, including the equipment in the back, gutter depths, stuff like that. It's a science.
So we were talking off camera earlier about the difference in the bowling styles.
Yes.
Talk to us about that evolution, because we were talking about, I grew up watching it on ABC on Saturdays.
Chris Schenkel.
And and to what it is now. I mean, it's really evolved.
Exactly. I started bowling when I was about 9 years old. That's been about 55 years ago. And like you said, Chris Schenkel 3:30 every Saturday afternoon, and there our dream was to be a PBA player. So, you know, I've attained my goal, but things have changed since then. We started with rubber balls. Then we went to what they call a resin ball. This happened in the late 80s, early 90s. This changes the friction of the ball on the lane surface, causes more hook. So the oil that is laid down by the machines will dictate how long that ball skids and how much it hooks. So in comes Jason Belmonte. He's the king of the two-handers, as they say. And with the way TV has brought out bowling with this guy, all the kids nowadays, they want to try this two-handed style. You know, we can coach it as best we can. I'm not a two-hander, but I do know how it functions.
Mm-hmm.
It's 2 fingers in the ball, these 2 right here, no thumb. And you're trying to create as many revolutions as you can, because speed and revolutions, when it gets to the pocket of the pins, is what destroys them.
Okay, so that's the explosiveness at contact.
Absolutely.
So the spin actually, you know, and I always wondered, you know, why are they trying to throw a hook, you know, other than coming in from the side a little bit, which lines up better, but it creates more of a multiplier, destructive. Trying to think of a term for the multiple, you know, collateral
mass
damage.
destruction.
Yeah,
There you go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, the geometry of the game is what they call it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried that?
What, the two-handed?
Yeah.
No, I'm lucky I can throw one normally. I grew up candlepin.
Yes.
What?
I'm sorry. That's a whole nother.
He's from Boston.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah. Grew up candlepin. So.
How about duck pin?
Never did duck pin.
Duck pin, they give you 3 balls to knock all 10 pins down. But the ball is only about like a little bit bigger than a softball.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Duck ball?
Duck pin.
Duck
Duck
pin.
pin.
Can do it in Tampa.
I'm not sure.
At
but-
Ducky's,
okay.
Longoria's place.
Oh,
There
okay.
on Kennedy. So I have not done that, but candlepin was thin pins.
Yes.
3 balls.
Really?
Yeah.
You know this.
I played it. That's why we grew up playing. I did not realize the other balls until well into, I think I was in California. First time I'd ever seen. Yeah.
I was in your home state last week, Jack.
Yeah.
I see why he's living in Florida, believe me. I can't take it any further than that. But
So is it mostly a young person's transition now with the underhand and that spin? It's kind of a young. Is that through social media? They see the clips.
Well, TV brings out everything, and the younger the bowler is, they're going to try anything that they can do to knock the pins down. We've even had some of our greatest players of all time. We'll throw his name out there, Walter Ray Williams.
Mm-hmm.
He can throw 2-hand. He has thrown 2-hand in tournaments. And his comment that I had for her say was, I can get as many revolutions throwing it regular as I do 2-handed. So I don't think it's a benefit for me, but for the younger players, definitely.
All right.
I want to ask you a question, and I know it's of interest. It's of interest to me, but it's also certainly an interest to our viewers. If you want to get involved in the sport of bowling here in the state of Florida, how do people do that, and what are some of the benefits to joining the Florida Bowling Association?
Well, basically, it's entertainment, and that's what a lot of the centers are pushing, is entertainment, because it is for the family. You know, it's one of the greatest things I like about it is it's never rained out. It's never snowed out. You know,
Yeah.
you can always go bowling as long as the center is open. So you get your family, you go in there, they have refreshments, they have adult beverages, they have all kinds of things, pizza, parties, birthday parties. You get them in there, you get a ball in their hands, and the next thing you know, they're hooked. So then they come back, they play a little bit more, and then they want to get serious, join a league. If you join a league, you become USBC certified. You can bowl most anywhere in any league with that little card.
Okay.
You can bowl state tournaments, local tournaments, national tournaments. Actually, headquarters puts on about 4 tournaments a year that are nationals. And these are great events. You got camaraderie, I guess that's the best way to say it. You meet new friends. They bowl in your league. So it's great.
Do you get a
like I said, I've been doing it for 55 years, so
Yeah.
I've met all my friends or bowlers.
Do you get is there a magazine or anything like that, or even digital information that goes with that?
Yes, you can go, of course, to USBC, Florida State. We have a website there as well. We also have Florida State Facebook page. the #1 bowling magazine is called Bowler's Journal
Okay.
on that. And that, it's amazing the information that you get out of that. They actually have a tournament at Nationals that's called Bowler's Journal. You bowl in that, you get a subscription to Bowler's Journal. And these things, you have interviews. I don't know if you're familiar with Glenn Allison. He is 90-some years old. He just competed in his 72nd consecutive national event at this past week,
Wow.
couple of weeks ago there in South Point in Las Vegas. He set the record, 72 complete. He is also a retired professional bowler.
Mm-hmm.
He was the first professional bowler to shoot a perfect game 3 times in a row
Oof.
for a 900 set. So that is his claim to fame. So
Wow.
Impressive. We go on for the rest of the show
Yeah.
with this one. But hey, Tony, thanks so much for joining us. We
Yes, sir.
appreciate it, and we appreciate the confidence that you have in Polk County to be a world-class sporting venue, and you are welcome here anytime. So we're glad to have you.
glad to have that welcome.
Well,
It was a great show today. Thank you, Mark.
thank you.
Thank you.
Jack.
If you enjoyed this interview and want to watch more Sports Central, click the video below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.